In the setting the table video we showed you the B and the D. Bread on the left and drinks on the right. So if you're sitting down at a table set beautifully, wondering which side is which, you'll always know bread on the left and drinks on the right. The next thing we do when we sit down is take our napkin, which is not a serviette. When you sit down, place it on your lap, never down the front of your shirt. When you get up from the table, fold it loosely and place it on the left-hand side. This is the correct way to hold your cutlery. Each handle should fit comfortably into your palm, and then your index finger guides where your finger rests on the utensil. Keep your elbows in nice and close, but we don't want to look like we're a bird. You also don't want to look like a chicken. If you can sit comfortably in this manner, stab the food with the fork and move the knife. We shouldn't ever be tearing at our food like that, which not only makes a terrible noise, but looks awful. Under no circumstance should we put the knife down and then stab the food or shovel the food. If you start with a knife and fork, you finish with a knife and fork. The only exception to that rule is if you're having pasta or an Asian dish where you would start and finish the dish with your fork in your right hand. Under no circumstances do we turn it over and shovel our food on like this. Now from time to time you should pause during the meal, every 3 to 4 mouthfuls actually, and when you pause, you would cross your utensils over so that you can engage with the person on your right or your left or have something to drink. At the end of the meal, when you've finished, you place your knife and fork together like that. There's no other variations. Soup is hot and the soup spoon is shaped differently because of that. It's so that we can tip the food into our mouth rather than putting the whole spoon in. So when we are going to take soup, have it from the further side of the bowl, which is cooler. And you will then tap it on the edge of the bowl to catch the drips and tip it into your mouth, keeping an eye on our elbow here. We're never going to put it in this way and we're never going to lick the spoon, so it should always have a little bit of soup on it to show that we've only been tipping it. When you're pausing during having your soup, the handle goes to the right-hand side. When you're finished, it can either go there again or in the bowl underneath, but never on the tablecloth. As you get to the end of your soup serving, we tip the bowl away from us and we get the last morsels there as we tip them in. You need to come to terms now that you're never going to get those last little morsels because we're not going to pad it out by wiping it with our bread roll. And of course, we're never going to lick the plate. So enjoy your soup as best you can and say goodbye to those last mouthfuls. Here are some golden rules for your notebook. Elbows off the table. Now you may put them on whenever there is no food present, so no bread rolls or any other kind of food, which is handy if you're having a business meeting. Always finish what's in your mouth before talking or taking a drink. It's far better to show that you're still eating rather than for other people to see it or wear it. Never lick your knife or use your fork like a shovel. Keep the tabletop clear of bags, keys, and anything else that suggests that you haven't given another person your full attention. If in doubt, wait for your host to start. And at the end of the meal, push in your chair. This is a good habit. When you're enjoying the meal, remember to pause every 3 to 4 mouthfuls to take it all in. Always compliment the food wherever possible. And my number 1 tip is not to invite boring people to a dinner party, and better yet, don't be boring.